New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Hello, hello. So, did you know that some of our hardest struggles in life can bring us our biggest lessons? And did you know that through our lessons, we can find purpose in our life? Are you going through a difficult time right now? Are you having some challenges in your life? Going through a rough patch or some difficult challenges in different areas of your life? Is it hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, maybe? Well, I have some tips for you, and I'm here to support you. I'm Reverend Lisa, and I am a spiritual life coach, and I'm here to help you connect with your inner dazzle, which is going to help you get through your challenging times. And we're here to discover about what is our purpose. What is our purpose here in life? So you might ask, well, what is an inner dazzle? And you saw that at the beginning of the show. Well, our inner dazzle is that innermost part of ourselves that is deeply connected, that is harmony, that is harmonious, that is feeling like everything is perfect, whole, and complete. It's that part of you that knows all the answers. It's that part of you that it is full of love and unconditionally present and there for you. That is your inner dazzle. It's that part of you that knows all of these wonderful and amazing things. And we all have that within us. We have that inner light within us. It is a part of us that is connected to that higher source. And that is what we're here to do, is to discover more about our inner dazzle. So hello out there, Facebook land, YouTube. Hello, Wayne. Good to see you. Thank you guys for joining me today here on New Thought Media Network. I am here to share some tips with you on how to find purpose in your life. If you're not feeling like you are living your purpose, I have some great tips and things for you to help you find that purpose. So I have a quote, our first quote for you, and this guy says this. This is Jeff Zinn, and he says, "What appears to be the most difficult challenge of your journey can propel you to your life's purpose." I just love that. I thought that was a beautiful little quote. It's simple, but it's to the point. So he talks about, difficult challenges, but we can find our purpose within that. And it makes me think of a lot of stories and people that we hear of that are really successful nowadays, that started out with really challenging lives, challenging childhoods, like Oprah for one instance. Of course, many of you know her background comes from, she was poor, lived with her grandmother, didn't even have her mother with her, and she went through sexual abuse and all kinds of awful things as a child. Grew up in a really difficult, challenging situation. But she did find her way and eventually got into broadcasting and television, and look at her now today. She's an amazing figure, public figure in spirituality and helping others and all kinds of wonderful things. So it makes me think of things like that. It's like, well, when you go through challenging times, and we might start out, life might start out not so good, but good things can happen and good things can come out of that situation. So another example I had was Tony Robbins. He's another one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tony Robbins. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of him. But of course, same thing with him. He started out, and his childhood was awful. I wrote a note here. It says, his rough upbringing includes a revolving door of stepfathers. He had an alcoholic mother who chased him with a knife, a period of homelessness. He says that it made a compelling origin of story in a tale that he still emotionally unspools at his seminars a decade later. So he's another one that I found that is really inspirational at seeing that, we can start out with really challenging situations, or there can be challenging times throughout our lives in different phases, different, ages of our lives. And the reality is those challenges do bring us lessons, life lessons. They make us stronger. They make us more resilient. There's a lot of good that can come from really challenging situations. The good news is that you can learn from that, and that you can develop that inner guidance within yourself, which is your inner dazzle, that does know the answer and does know how to help you get better and does know how to guide you in the right direction, into a different path, into a better path. And then I have some little suggestions here in case anybody's having a really challenging time. It's always good to reach out and ask for help. It doesn't mean that you're weak or that you aren't a tough guy. You can always reach out for help. So I have a couple of suggestions for you. It's betterhelp.com. You can go there. And then the other one is gettingthrough.org. Gettingthrough.org. And it's a really an amazing program. They've done a lot of study and everything and on how to create and find your purpose through healing and a lot of shifting and healing. So Getting Through is a really great program. And then BetterHelp, there's lots of free apps out there that are therapists, and they're just waiting, and they're available to help support you through any situation that you might be going through. So I definitely wanted to put that out there for you. So my question to you would be, what have you learned in your life about yourself because of a painful experience? What are some things that you've learned? I just want you to ask yourself, what are some things that you might have learned through challenging times or through painful times? You can certainly leave it in the chat over here. Definitely love to hear from you. And I love this is great. Wayne says, God is right here. And that is so true, that we do have that higher connection, that it is always with us and it's always there to guide us. And yes, we are here to hold your hand even when you're scared. You are supported by New Thought Media Network. And we also have a prayer team, which is I'm a part of. And you can always send us your prayer requests. And that's always a part of what we offer. And you can join us in your prayers, 8:15 a.m. and p.m. Mountain Pacific time. Join us there. And we have some ways that you can connect, and we can support you in that way. So just so you know, yes, I love this. Let's see. Gina says, where is it? There it is. Oh, my personal strength and resilience. And that is the good thing. I've learned over time, obviously, I think all of us have different challenges that we've been through in our lives. One of my many experiences that I went through as I lost my mom to cancer when I was 18. I was young. She was sick through my high school days. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. She was sick all through that time, dealing with cancer. And I had two younger sisters that I was helping taking care of. My dad was working all the time, but, and then lost her to cancer. So that definitely was one of the most detrimental and life-changing experiences for me. And it really, over the years, I'm able to now, in my 50s, able to look back and say, okay, there is divine purpose, there is a higher purpose, and there is meaning behind losing my mom to cancer at such a young age. Even though for many years, I really felt like I was alone. I didn't really feel like I had anybody there to support me. Really challenging as a young adult. And I felt like one of the things that I share in one of my stories is that I didn't even have enough confidence to order pizza, like on the phone, because my mom spoiled me. She gave me everything. She did everything for me. And it was a big challenge. It was a really big challenge for me to even step out, even for something as simple as that. So it really took me years of going through therapy. Finally, I went through a bereavement program through Centers for Spiritual Living, which is an organization that I am still a part of and affiliated with through my ministries, United Centers for Spiritual Living. It's csl.org. An amazing philosophy, faith that I discovered, went through the grief process and then moved through on into actually becoming a licensed practitioner, which is a spiritual practitioner, and developed went through grieving and shifted my pain into actually being able to help other people is like my point. And then of course moved on to, becoming a licensed minister, which I never thought would happen, because I used to always think back and I was like, what is God talking about? I'm like, is God talking to me? Like, who, me, little old me? That's not my style. I can't imagine even being a minister or anything like that. I just was taking these programs to learn and grow and help my spiritual growth and help me heal my childhood wounds and wounds from losing my mother at a young age and all that sort of thing. So it's a pretty amazing experience as I look back and see all of the things that I did eventually accomplish, knowing that there is a higher purpose. And now I can say, okay, there is a higher purpose, because here I am today talking to you and sharing my heart with you and wanting to uplift you and guide you in helping find your inner dazzle and help finding that connection and helping finding purpose in your life. So yes, let's see. Gina says, I use my faith in my life. Yes, this is great. I love it. Yeah, we've all been through challenging times, and so, but the thing is that there is a way to find purpose from that, and there's a way that you can move through it and move into a bigger and better life. Just know that is possible for you. So I have a video for you now that I wanted to share, because I feel like it has a really powerful meaning to it. It's about 5.5 minutes or so, but I want you to listen, just take a few minutes and really be present and listen to what he has to say. I feel like he did a really great job at describing what it is to recognize that we can have purpose out of our pain, and recognizing that life can shift and we can move into a bigger and better place in our life by experiencing pain and knowing that we can move forward. So listen to this video, watch this video, and then I'll be back.
What you're about to hear may offend you. It's not my intention to offend you, but I am here to share with you something that I'm not even going to claim as the truth. I found that chasing truth isn't quite the same thing as finding what's useful and rejecting anything that isn't. And there are an awful lot of philosophies in this world that will promise you lots of things, how to get what you want, how to move into the life that you're supposed to have so that you can never again have any kind of problems. Are you kidding me? Life has problems. Life contains pain. And there's not a human being on this planet, not you, not me, not any of us, that hasn't experienced pain at some point. And I don't know exactly where you're at right now. Maybe there are areas of your life that aren't quite to your liking, and maybe that's just putting it gently. Maybe there are parts of your life that are absolutely messed up. But here's what I do know for sure. Pain has a purpose. And contrary to what you've been told, the purpose of pain is not to teach you to be tough and just to hang in there and just hang in there, you can do it. No, this is not what life is about. Life is supposed to be actually abundant. Life is supposed to be joyful. Life is actually supposed to be fun. But if you look around you in the world, where's the fun? Where's the fun in chaos? Where's the joy in the pain that seems to be multiplying in our world? You have probably been lied to, and you've probably been told that the secret to happiness is in following someone else's recipe. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need anybody else's recipe. You don't need anybody else's formula. There is no other blueprint that some other human being has developed that's going to be right for you, because they're not living your life. And they don't understand your pain. Now, I'm not claiming to understand your pain, but I do know that pain serves a purpose. And once you understand that purpose, once you understand how to harness the power of pain, once you understand how to alchemize that energy that hurts, then all of a sudden, life takes on a little bit different meaning. All of a sudden, you begin to experience a sense of your own power, not only your power to deal with things and cope with things and just put up with things and tolerate things. This is not a message of tolerating stuff you don't want. This is about understanding how it was created in the first place. And yes, I am suggesting that you have the power right now, watching this, hearing these words, you have the power to make some changes. You have the power to change what's going on in your life. You have the power to change how you feel. And what better power is there in this entire universe than understanding and mastering your own feelings? So what you want isn't the things. You don't want to make more money. You don't want to have a bigger house. You don't want to travel more. You don't even want the perfect person to treat you in the perfect way. What you want is the way that you believe all those things are going to make you feel. And since it's the feeling that you're going for in the first place, why not go for the feeling first? Why not take back your own ability to influence your own thoughts, your own feelings, to tap back into that rich inner experience of life? This is all under your control. And the beauty of it is that when you do regain that practical sense of self-mastery, your own ability to source your feelings and to feel what's right for you right now, independent of other people's thoughts or opinions or ideas about what they think you should be doing. Once you regain that sense of self, and everything just starts to flow. And then, yes, you can have whatever you can envision having. The money comes, the freedom, the travel, the stuff of life, the energy in relationships. All of that comes back in, but not because you need it to be happy. Not because you need those things to fulfill something inside of you that doesn't feel fulfilled. Leave that game for the rest of the world. When you reclaim your own sense of inner peace, your own feelings of inner power, watch what happens. Watch what happens as your thoughts, your feelings, your language, your behaviors begin to align with the deepest truth of who you know you actually are.
Wow. Was that powerful or what? First time I saw that, it was like, whoo, a little bit of tears came, and it was like, oh my gosh, powerful words that he's talking about there. So I have a couple of questions for you that I just want you to take a few minutes, maybe if not now, later when you have some time to yourself, get a piece of paper and go find an area where you can just sit quietly and ask yourself these questions and really tap into that inner part of yourself. That is your inner dazzle. That's that inner part of you that does have the answers and does know how to reclaim your happiness and does know how to reclaim the true part of you that knows harmony and peace and empowerment and being able to have some confidence and stepping out into your own truth. So the questions I have for you would be, how do I, so ask yourself, how do I harness this pain and turn it into passion? How do I harness this pain and turn it into action, into passion? How do I know if what I have learned through my pain? How do I know? What have I learned through this pain? What has it taught me? How have I become wiser from it? Another one is, listen to your inner guidance. I want you to take time to be still, because when we take time to be still and just be present within ourselves, that is when sometimes lots of thoughts will come through, and that's okay. And you just let those thoughts move. Just let them move, let them move, let them move. A lot of times you can just be still, let your thoughts flow, just observe them, don't judge them, just let them flow through you. Just let them flow. And sometimes they flow through you through journaling. It's a great time. Just take some paper and make some notes. Get those thoughts out. Get that energy and those thoughts and the feelings out of your body, because that's the thing, we don't want to hold on to them. So you're going to get those things out by journaling. You're going to write some thoughts down. You're going to breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe it in. A big, deep, slow breath. A few of those can really help center you. So you're going to be still. You're going to breathe. You're going to take a few minutes to ask yourself some questions. You're going to write them down. And the idea is too, and sometimes this can be scary, what he was talking about was when we feel it, when we feel the things that are coming up for us, when you feel it, you can then identify it and then you can release it. So the idea is that you want to feel the stuff that's coming up. And sometimes it is scary. And that's where I said, you can always reach out and find a therapist or a counselor, or somebody that can professionally guide you through. If you have some really deep trauma or some really intense pain that you can't get through on your own, find somebody to help you get through it, because you can get through it. You're strong enough to get through it. And I want to see you move on to the next part of your life, because we can all find passion and we can all find purpose. As we move through those difficult, challenging times, we can find a way to recognize and see what God has to offer, what life has to offer. Because it's definitely, I believe that God does not want us to suffer. God does not want us to just exist on this planet and be in pain. It's time to move forward and move on to new things, big and better things. You have the power within you to move out of pain and into purpose. That's what I want you to know. You have the power to do that. That is what we're here today, is to help you move forward into that knowingness. So I have one last quote that I wanted to share with you that's pretty powerful, I think, as well. And it is my drop of dazzle, as I say. And this actually comes from the Bible. And sometimes, we can misinterpret things from the Bible. So definitely take this one. Just be open to the words and see how it resonates for you. So this person tells us, take comfort and solace in the timeless words of James 1:2 through 4. James 1:2 through 4. And discover the purpose behind your pain. So it says, the Bible says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And so I thought that quote was pretty interesting. The part where they talk about the faith, let's see. There was, that's okay. Thank you. Where he talks about testing the faith, I don't really believe that God tests our faith, but what I do believe is that the higher power wants us to connect to that faith and wants us to recognize that we're not alone. We're not here all by ourselves trying to do everything in this world. There is a higher power that loves us unconditionally and is here to support us. There are angels, there are ancestors, there are people and things and energies and spirit that we can connect to that supports us in this world, even though we might not be able to physically see them. I wrote that I don't think that a higher power necessarily tests our faith, but it does lead to digging deep within our soul to tap into our higher power, bringing resilience and peace and purpose in your life. And what this does is it feeds your soul and brings gifts and service to the world, which is what we're here to do. We're here to bring gifts and service to the world. That's what we're here to do. So that is the message for today. That is my thing for you today. And what I want you to know, that our time together is truly a celebration of your empowerment. You can connect with me if you want to talk more about this on my Facebook page. It's Facebook, and then you go to Spiritual Resource under there. It's in my Rev Lisa page. I also have an email. You can send me an email and we can connect that way as well. I'd love to spend some time with you, chatting with you about what's going on for you. Lisa at innerdazzle.com. And then, yes, also go to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of wonderful messages that we have on there. There's also 1 minute pause, which is a great way to begin to practice centering yourself so that you can be open to what your inner voice, your inner dazzle has to say to you. So go to Inner Dazzle LLC. You can also, I'm open to gifts and ties on my Venmo account at RevLisa1. That really supports my ministry as well. You can also go to New Thought Media Network, because that is the network that we are on today, and they support us, and there's lots of beautiful programs there for you. You can go to ntmedia.org and click on donate there. We always appreciate ties and gifts, because as I know and believe, as you give, so shall you receive. So it all comes back to us in multiplied many, many ways. So thank you for being with me today. I'm so appreciative of you being here. And always leave them dazzled by your presence, I like to say. And thank you for being with me today. And peace and blessings for now. And we'll see you soon. Take care.